Mm-hmm. I was supposed to bring these back. So we're bringing these back for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Okay, we got shit to do because I finally have motivation to play this game, and I figured out what the issue is. I think I know what the issue is. I think I just need to do one thing and one thing only to fix this issue. So we've had no residential demand for about a year now. We're in 2046. Our unemployment's at 16%, and we are 118 over 88 in births through deaths. And I think that's because I was trying to get people. Yeah, that's why. I was trying to get people into the city and get them educated before when I was around like 10,000 people. I was trying to get everybody educated through what's it called? Through turning on the education boost. So now I can turn off the education boost because I am pretty established. I'm at 38,000. I have a ton of room to expand all the way back here up to basically the ridge line of the mountain. So I don't need any more jobs. I already have enough jobs. Unemployment rate's at 16%. So I'm assuming that industrial is a lie. What we do need though is fucking. I haven't put in the metro. I think I put in the metro. I don't remember. What we do need though is figure this one out. So the monorail sucks. Of course it does. Nobody uses it besides tourists, which makes sense because it was used to connect the tourists. So I might get rid of it. Maybe? I mean, it looks cool, but it really doesn't do anything but cause noise pollution and fuck shit up. And Metro is just so much better. Can I not stop here? Hold up. Am I tripping? Yeah, there's only one monorail line. It has 4 passengers. But my thing is this unusable? Am I tripping? I'm so stupid. Holy shit. Okay. Hold up. I need to delete this because this is 100% unusable. Just realized that. And then these tracks, I would assume should go to like. Yeah, and like that's gonna give you something stupid. So I think for a bit I actually need to turn off. I've turned off the. I'm gonna go schools out, maybe. Because right now unemployment is at 17%. So I need people to start actually going. Like, I just need people to start actually going to shit. Here. So with that, there's nothing for me to do right now other than literally, honestly. just sit and let this sim. I have $1.8 million. The sickness is actually from not from lack of healthcare, but from the fact of the matter that we're dealing probably with a death wave from the fact that we're at 24% seniors. Because childcare and elder care are good. Average lifespan's at 75, which is low, but there's not much I can do with that. I can add another elder care center. That's a possibility to do that. You can put that right here. That should cover a lot. Yeah. So now that we did that, to be honest, it's really just sit and wait for real. Or actually, we can put one near the cemetery. That's kind of ironic. We can do that. Yeah, it's basically just sit and wait. I can keep adding amenities to this side of the aisle, I guess. What else do I need? Do I have police and fire on this side? Okay, I kind of do, but not really. We got a firehouse over here. Also at a police station, even though crime rate's very low. It's at 5%. You can add a police station, I guess, near the school or the university. And it's literally, we just have to wait until things go down. Okay, we're good on the electricity for now. We're good on water and sewage until we expand. Cemetery capacity is fine. Child health care. Child care is good. Average health is meh, but that is likely just due to the fact that we have older population right now. Residential happiness. I need to get commercial and office happiness up. I could do that by lowering taxes, but that would also increase demand. Jobs up to 18%. That's nice. Effective unemployment to 18%. There's 15,000 people employed and there's 16 jobs available. So I think actually what I need to do. We're going to de-zone some things, to be honest. It's going to make downtown look a bit weird for a bit. But I think also going over here. Yeah, 11 overeducated workers. What else? 10 overeducated workers, 12 overeducated workers. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna bulldoze this entire industry district. This is the first time I've ever done this. Really, just like I'm bulldozing the entire district. I don't think we need industrial anymore unless I make a specialized industrial, which I might do, but I need to finish this first. So yeah, I want to bulldoze everything. I want to get rid of all this, all these jobs, because I want to outsource that in other places. I just need a clear slate. Like, since education is an issue, and I'm like, I could make industry where there's an industry thing I can make it for highly educated, but I don't think we're at the point where I can do that for like making it solely highly educated people. So we're gonna do here, and we're gonna get rid of some industrial, and then also just get rid of some jobs to lower that. This I need as a buffer, but we can get rid of this here, get rid of that, and then we can also, this is on the right street for it, but not really. We can get rid of this. It should all be really. Just getting rid of anything that I think's in the wrong spot. to be honest. These are all buildings. I like that. What else? We can get rid of some of this office space over here, maybe. It's just, I want to lower the jobs. We're up to 24%. Well, how the hell are we up to 24%? I need this to lower quicker. Because that's the thing. It's not that there aren't jobs available. Because there are. I just need them to fill up. Because if not, I'm going to have to go back. So, if I overwrite the save. And I load up a game. Because I've been saving pretty constantly. Let's say I load up when we were at 20,000. So this was before a lot of the expansion that I did, which would suck. But let's say I'll load up when I was at 20,000. Because apparently, from what I've heard, the reason that people come into the city, oh, the reason people come into the city is because your unemployment is below 8%. Here, my unemployment was 3%, which is why I had consistent residential demand. But here's the thing. There's 9,621 jobs available, and there is 9,270 people employed. If I go to my current one here, it said there isn't enough jobs. Unemployment rate isn't high because we don't have enough jobs, funny enough. There is another reason unemployment is high. Because here, we're at 24%. There's 15,581 jobs available and 14,774 people employed. Huh. It doesn't say like what my employment capacity is for my population. And they're asking for office. So, if I were to do this, right, like, let's just say, make zone all this in the office. And just click play. And then I want to do also is I want to do something else. Since I'm zoning an office, I need to put a high-rise bin here. And then let's say get rid of this and then make all this office. Green a city. Have no polluting industry in your city, only office zones and specialized zones. The only reason I was able to do that is because of where I'm at right now. That is a fun thing to get, though, I will say. Have no polluting industry in your city. And you see how, even with office, with how highly educated this population is, still at 25% unemployment. And is my education too high? 6% educated, 37% educated, 30. Like, is that the issue? Because here's the thing, now there's no demand. So the issue here now is that there's no demand. I have fulfilled all the office demand in the city. So literally all I can do now is, I guess, fill in these gaps here, place down commercial demand, and just wait for the unemployment rate to go down. Because what I'm thinking here is instead of going, I'm going to go from having demand in like industrial to having no demand at all is the issue. Because if I can't add any more jobs, right? Because 25% of the population is seniors. That's a fourth of the population that's likely retired in this case, almost 10,000 people. Then 19% of that is children. So 44% of the population, about half. This is weird. I've never had this issue before with this high of unemployment rate. And frankly, I don't really know how to solve it because I've never dealt with it. And I know it's not like a population, I don't think it's a population issue because there's a ton, and I mean a ton of zoning in this city for things other than population. If I just look at like this, right? Like the majority of the city now is zoned for office or commercial. Like your residential areas here, this is your family homes. These are for your young adults. That's what the high density is usually used for. But like grid wise, this is one of the prettiest cities I've built, which is why I want to keep it. Issue is I'm stuck at a rock and hard place. The unemployment rate's only going up, and I wonder if it'll reset after the death wave that's inevitably coming once we hit 30% seniors. Fuck, I don't want to have to restart this. This is like hours of work, but I think I might need to go back a few years, aka go back the 6 year jump because before, right, we gained 10,000 population in 4 years, 18 in 6 years, compared to the slow burn that it took us, what? So 7 years to have 5K, or 5 years to 10K. So it's pretty linear. Burlington hit 61,000 by 2061. I might need to restart. I might need to go back. Or what are taxes? They're all at 12%. Okay, that's fine. Income and expenses is fine. We're gaining a lot more money than we're losing. Policies wise, we turned off schools out. We turned on schools out, so they prefer working. We turned off the education boost. Yet we're still at 27% unemployment. Which means 30% of the population is unemployed. Huh. Hold on. I'll save. Okay. This isn't a seniors issue, I don't think, because if I go to, say, I need to go to a more advanced save. Let's go to Burlington. This is one of the, I would say, technically complete cities. It's not actually complete. It's not actually complete, but the zoning is constant, right? And if I look at my info views, unemployment here is at 2%. So it's not a seniors issue. 26% of seniors, and we're still at unemployment rate at 2%. With okay, so now views. This doesn't make sense. This has an industrial area. Unemployment rate's at 2%. Half the population's working. 30,000 people. 30,690 are unemployed. Jobs available is 32,090. Happiness is about the same. Traffic flow sucks here, but we have a great total transportation system, which is mostly all I care about. Why is traffic flow ass? Bridges, choke points, I don't fucking know. It's not the expressways, which is good enough. Um, this is my best city I've ever built because had to work with the terrain. It just looks cooler, especially with the grid system and implementing the train. Easily the coolest city I've ever built. Besides the point. Here, unemployment rate's at 2%, which I can keep expanding this out, but there's really. I picked a map where there's not much to go other than to go over here and then have like this downtown area too. Because I don't think we can go all the way up in there. There's just a lot of mountains. It was only meant to be this part of the city. And I think it looks fantastic. Anyway. Also, perfect stadium location. Anyway. When I'm looking at this and I see number one, steady demand. Number two, basically the same outlook when in terms of population. 39% adults, 26% seniors, 17% young adults. Almost adds up to the same. And yet, people unemployed, half the population's employed, 32,000 jobs available, unemployment's at 2%. I go to Springdale. I pause here, looking at it. Okay, we're a bit less than half the population, comparatively. 16,000 jobs available. Unemployment is at 27%. It doesn't make sense. Like, unemployment rate at 27% would mean what? There's like, I think 5,000 people without jobs, which means I need to create approximately, probably get up to like 20,000 jobs. But the issue is there's no demand for 20,000 jobs. It would make more sense if there was like demand. There isn't. Because I could fill all this out to give myself demand. Like all these two buys that I like avoided doing because I wanted to like create. I can do this like in times of real need. Like just do this, and these should zone it. And I have all this space over here. I have a ton of space to put stuff in. it's like the issue isn't space. It's really I don't have the demand for 20,000 jobs. So I don't know if it's going to take some time or what. Because I made this an office district, right? That's cool. Still polluted, but now it's an office district instead of a industrial district. This over here is majority office. There's no residential demand because I have people, right? So the only thing I can think of really is lowering the population, which would be a net negative because the population is determined by streets, not really by anything else. Your side streets have, I mean, well, not side streets. Your residential streets have residential on them. Your collectors and your collectors have a mix of residential and commercial. Your arterials have your office and commercial and no residential. And right now, like you're gonna always have more like I can fill out a lot of this arterial space. Like for example, this street here, Dale Boulevard, is the main arterial on the other side of the river. I could fill this out, but I don't have the demand to fill it all out, which I feel like is going to screw me over. So what I'm going to do is, okay, this is probably not the right idea, but I'm just going to do this. Because I'm going to zone all this in. Even though I don't have the demand for it, I'm going to do it. Because I'm thinking this might be dead, unfortunately. I'm thinking it might be dead. I don't think there's much I can really do about it. Because I'm like, this for the most part is a demand issue. And I feel like there's ways. I could probably look some shit up and see. But, yeah. There's a death wave issue. Like, do I just need to sim and let this go and come back in like 50 minutes to an hour? It's 2:83. I have to leave at 3:30, 3:45 anyway. Um, this is interesting. Nigga, just call me a Boyd? What is wrong with you? What does that even mean? That's LARP, bro. What does that even mean? What the fuck is Moid? Like, nah, actually, for real. What is a Moid? What's a Foid? What are we doing, bro? Like, we gotta make up new insults now? We can't just stick to the regular shit? Like, Moid, Void, LARPer? Really? That's what we're doing? Come on, man. Stupid. Anyway, regular scheduled programming being interrupted by whatever that was. Is this some like Reddit incel shit that I didn't know about, and that was where it was before it hit TikTok? Like Moid and Foid, that's where that's from. 4chan, yeah, okay, yeah, and some incel shit, yeah, incel, femcel type stuff, yeah. No, okay. Commercial demand's coming back up. Maybe that'll help me. We're still at 27%. I'm gonna have to do something I want to do. Unemployment at 26%. Let me. We're gonna look at Reddit. Unemployment typically occurs in residential zones grow faster than local businesses, resulting from overzoned housing, poorly matched education levels, or bad transit access. So, public transit's not the problem. We are at about 1,800 a week. It's lower than usual for my cities, but coverage-wise, it's extensive. It's just not. I haven't expanded to Beach Square, which is probably why. What else could be an issue? Traffic is decent besides on our main thoroughfare here, Edward Clark Street. Traffic's bad, but that makes sense because I think it's the only street that goes all the way through the city, and it also has all the roundabouts. Spatial mismatch. That's something that we fixed due to the fact of this needs to be filled out because now we should have less overeducated workers over here. Which, yeah, two overeducated workers. Needs to be covered by more services to allow it to be upgraded. All right, so back to it. Spatial mismatch we kind of addressed. Import export is obviously going to be a thing that we're not going to do because we don't have the exports. We aren't really, you know. I haven't added a specialized industry yet. Land value very bad over here, which makes sense. So I'm thinking the issue might be. Never mind. It's not this. I was thinking it was going to be this, but it's not. Most of our residential areas surprisingly aren't maxed out. Commercial is half between 3 and 1, and offices is majority 2. Okay, but I don't think real life principles are going to work. That's what I think. Yeah. Okay. They don't make much money anyway. This probably isn't going to affect defenses, like expenses. And I have the money to do this. I need the demand to rise now to fix this. So I'm lowering taxes down to the minimum I can do, which is the 5%. And then I might honestly, like, literally subsidize them with fucking policy. We might turn into fucking Dallas at this point. And basically lower taxes for offices in certain areas. Jesus. Okay. This should allow me to almost be fine. Maybe. We're gonna try and get as much office and and commercial in here as I can on all these arterials before we add the residential in here, which is where it's gonna be. Because I have a ton of space. Space isn't the issue. The issue right now is we need to have an actual residential demand. Yeah, we're losing $6,000 a week, but we kind of need that to adjust. I'm not gonna charge for I'll never charge for public transport. And I'm actually thinking I'm gonna turn this off, actually. I'm gonna turn off schools out. Let's see if that helps me. Industrial happiness is a zero because there is no industry. Okay, we're at 27. We're down to 25% now. Still even on births and deaths, which isn't good at all. However, now at least we're getting consistent demand for jobs, which I can do. I can fill that out. It's like as long as I'm getting consistent job demand, I can fix this to an extent. Even if I'm losing money. And then also district wise. It's like I kind of hate being the guy giving corporate bailouts, but City Skylines isn't my perfect fucking socialist utopia. Alright, solid. Let's make sure we have this here. Just want to make sure to thin that out. And I'm guessing my line is this street, so we will extend with this street. It's back a little. Okay. And then everything on this side of the river that isn't up to this line. Okay. So Still losing money, but money's not an issue at all. I can take whatever money lumps they give me. Like, I'm not hurting for bread. If I was hurting for bread, this would actually be like a genuine issue. Let's say I was down like near a mill, because I don't know if I'd be able to eat the hit. Garbage issue, not much I can do about that one. It's just the fact that they don't have proximity to garbage. Which, I mean, I could add a recycling plant up here, but it doesn't make any sense to add one in Midtown. Slowly decreasing down to 23%. This might take me some years to do. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We are going to do it this way. Almost like when I do my master plan, money doesn't matter, cities. We are going to figure it out this way. We're just gonna zone. We're gonna zone it all. We're going to zone every single part of this in. Every place where I know I want residential or commercial, I'm zoning it. I don't care. Because it's gonna come in anyway. It has to come in. I'm not gonna add any residential or anything, and taxes are extremely low. So I'm thinking we're just gonna bring in so many businesses. I don't think it will really matter too much what we do. Okay. Shit. And now this is really just a sit and sim issue. Yeah, we're up to 21%. We were down 21%, but we're at 91 to 126 population wise. And that is not a health issue. Yeah. There's only 4 16-years. There's 16 sick children, and average health is 77%, and we have a ton of healthcare availability. So we have to sit and wait for all of this to zone in. I would like to add a leisure district just for job purposes. And I'm thinking, this doesn't look like a main river. This looks like a creek. So what we'll do is we will make Laurel Hills my leisure special. Now I can't do that. Never mind. Can't do that. It's because of this. So what we'll do is we'll separate by the river. We'll keep by the river in the street. And redo this as a different district in Laurel Hills. I'm also going to pause the game. Because I need this area to have the same policies as Laurel Hills, or it'll lose. So I need to turn on high-tech housing and policies. I need to turn on high-tech housing, which I think is in here, high-rise ban. And then also turn on let go of leisure, play. Forest Heights, Hamilton Park. So now we have 3 neighborhoods on the, I'm assuming this is north. So 3 neighborhoods on the east side of the river and a lot on the west side of the river. Because this is where everything first started. We're losing people. That's fine. I think this problem came about from me leaving on the policy known as education boost too long. Kind of got out of hand. And as I left that on for too long, that caused a lot of issues. Leaving education boost on is the reason why I can't put any industry in anymore, because the population is over educated for any industry. Which basically means, although this area is polluted, it's polluted because of all the stupid fucking plants. Landfill and incineration. Wow, that filled out fast. Jesus Christ. So yeah, basically, as all this fills out, it'll be good to go. Now that I have a leisure district, I have an area where I can add majority Hold up. Switch chats. Losing $447. That means this is a request for office. Where is it? Interesting. If it doesn't go down when I place this office, I'm gonna have to figure something out. And I don't want to figure it out. Please go down. Okay. If the office space doesn't zone in, I'm screwed. I'm going to be in for an extremely rude awakening. Because I'm going to have to create space out of nothing. And it's not really an extremely rude awakening. It's just I'm going to have to break one of my principles and make another tile. Which I think might have to do that soon. This is going to take so long. Okay, but need more electricity soon. That's fine. I have $2 million on this issue. Average health is fine. Fine, fine, fine. This is all good. Land value needs to be increased, but it needs to be increased over here, which is the issue. Import and export again. Until I add another industry, we're gonna be importing more than we export. Residential level is fine. Yeah, this could improve. Park areas could also improve, actually. Maybe that'll help. I really did not focus on adding parks, so we'll do that, actually. Kind of just segregating, like placing parks where I want in the residential areas, since I didn't really get to before. And these people definitely need it to boost land value. We're facing slope too steep issues, so it's nice. Okay. And then we can also do some plazas if we can. Yeah. Especially in more affluent areas. Yeah, I'm just trying to get parks in the middle of these neighborhoods, to be honest. Almost anywhere I can, just to increase city coverage. Get rid of all the abandoned buildings. We have a ton of industrial demand. I'm hoping it's all for office. If not, we're gonna be in a route for fucking. We're gonna be in trouble. Water problems that can be solved easily. Add another water tower. Big water problems. Okay, there we go. Next, name of the business. To check and see what this is for. Zone in this entire area. Jesus. Zone in this entire street for office. The fact that it's getting filled immediately makes me tend to believe that that is the issue. Is that I need more jobs for the highly educated population. Yeah, it's going down. We are down to 16% unemployment. So we are steadily decreasing this, which is good. We were at 27, we're down to 16. We need to halve that and get down to 8, which means we still need a lot more jobs. Which I don't get. Like, we have so many jobs, it's crazy. The majority of this is zoned for office. So that's kind of where my understanding of this is mute because, like, the majority of this is zoned for office now. I'm like, there is no way to me that we need more. But that's definitely what it's looking like. And I really don't have space to even place more, if I'm being real. I'm gonna make Midtown an office district now, which I didn't want to do, but my hand is being forced in this case. And I'm also gonna have to make Hamilton Park an office district, which I also didn't want to do, but my hand is kind of being forced. So we'll add this to the IT cluster and kind of make this my IT area. 30 now? I only got 30 more minutes of this anyway, really. Give or take. Yeah. We are at no demand at all and 16% unemployment. We're gonna stay at no demand at all for a minute. Still a pretty decent skyline. I wouldn't say it's comparable to like to Burlington or whatever, but it's solid. It'll look better once everything fills out. This is gonna take so long. It seems like the football team's on like 10 straight games. Jesus. They keep getting me money. Shit. Yeah. Last time they lost was 2042. Shit. You got up the tickets. Next match is 8/5/2048. So 8/5/2048 is going to be May 8th, 2048, because it's in the European format. I love how in this game it takes days for people to clear out of the football stadium after a win. This is a solid stadium. I could make a better one. I have better ones here. Through packs. Like, yeah. Not these, actually. They are in monuments. It's like, yeah, City Soccer Stadium, for example, or something like that. But I don't think these work the way the actual one does, like this one does. I think these are just meant for, like, being pretty. Like, this costs 180,000. Anywhere I put it in here is so cheap, I know that. Yeah. I don't know where I'll place this. Just to, like, take a look at it and see what it does. We're still at no demand, by the way, which is nice. Unemployment down to 14%, which is good, but we're still at no demand. We need to add probably about, I would say, get up to 20,000 more, 20,000 jobs before we're good. I guess what I could do is expand this road, maybe? I mean, I don't think it'll hurt. So follow the speed limits, I guess. Oh. So there is no major east-west expressway. Okay, that's cool. Max Park area. There is no major east-west expressway here because it would just cut straight through the city, which doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna have to change this interchange when I get there because it's gonna only be a 3-way interchange, now 4. I don't need the cloverleaf anymore. And then getting a better look at this now with all the area I have to use. It makes sense for going south of here to be suburbs, obviously. However, there will come a time where this street will become the dividing line instead of the river, with going into the expressway being your main arterial, so to say, meaning all this stuff that is currently low density would become high density once I expand south enough where I can add more low density residential. Jeez, can't fucking talk today. We'll have this follow the line and curve into here. We'll change it later. I don't really care about changing it right now. I think this was a 4-lane road. I'm really gonna have to redo the south side of this because right now it's kind of fucked up because I was just dealing with the constraints of the city that I had. And by constraints, I kind of mean basically the fact that what do I mean by constraints? I guess what I mean by constraints is I'm stupid. The city limits are right here, and I had the expressway here before I bulldozed it. Alright, and now we're having issues with what? Not enough customers, which would mean we are about to see a people increase coming, which I like. See, this is the one time I will say seeing the not enough customers thing is really good because it's saying soon we're gonna have to actually add residential demand in here. For continuity's sake, we got to do that. Well, actually, from continuity's sake, it would have to be from this point right here. Okay. We finished that part. That's cool. Again, not liking the death wave, liking the abandoned buildings. We're down to 11%. Let's go do some park stuff while we're waiting. And there is the residential demand bar that I haven't seen in like 5 years of game time. I can have a trampoline park in here now. That's cool. I can add a climbing frame too, right across on the trampoline park. And then we'll only have one of those, to be honest, I think. We'll have 2 climbing frames, so we'll have 1 here. What else can I add? I can add piers now, I think. Yeah. Gotta get. Yeah, and then add another park pier. And then we'll add a gazebo. There's already one there. Okay, we have some. And we can add it. Kind of like a table set, low key. Both sides of this food truck. I didn't know this park was getting this much use. I really didn't check in over here that much. Ooh, I got scared for a second. I thought I deleted half this shit. Alright, so now that we're actually making progress, we can save over this. Figure out the problem. So, things we've done today. How long have I been streaming? Like an hour, I think. Yeah, hour and 17. We've climbed our way up on the unemployment ladder. We are down now to 11% unemployment. Meaning we only need a bit more, what's it called? We only need just a bit more office where we're good. We have kind of, we've dealt with a lot of problems we got, pretty much. We need to expand Midtown, pretty much, is one of the things we need to do. I'm an idiot. I'm a real idiot. Alright, we're not gonna put anything on this mountain. He's not right here. That would look ugly. But, what can we do right now? Before I get off this game. Yeah, let's do some expanding for a second. Expand the 6-lane roads out here. This is curving with the ridge line, pretty much. able to connect to here. Good self-control, Josh. Jesus, you almost fucked yourself over. So that, because we can't go up here. Yeah, I don't think we can go down. Yeah, we can't. I don't think there's any spot either we'll be able to go down. I don't do that. Oh, we can go down right here. Problem is you can't go all the way down. Alright. I'll get a good look at where the ridgeline is in the morning, but I think I'm right on it, to be honest. Is there a spot to go down? Last thing we need to do is just add a good bit more office in here. This. A little small. Make sure we're precise with it. I'm a tyrant in this game. Holy shit. So now that I've fixed my good buddy, aka the residential bar, I can actually play this game again. And I figured out what I was doing wrong. I somehow just didn't have enough jobs, which is my fault because I've never really done one where I put on education boost that early. That was my own impatience turning against me. But now I believe we are ready to actually have a full functioning, full-fledged city that I can work on